Hey, what's going on, guys? It's got Professor O coming through with a dose of that good yo. Come everywhere like broken glass and round like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this brown. Now, today I want to talk about companionship. Now, what does that mean? Companionship literally means when you find an individual, a significant other, so to speak, not speaking romantically, platonically as well, but I am not discarding romance as well. When you find a significant other that just genuinely have a good chemistry, a good bond, and it just operates from a good point of perspective. Not saying any situations, of course, have their highs and lows, but at the end of the day, it's genuine and it feels very authentic. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think, yeah. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. I got the handy dandy notebook in the slot. Please do not make it hot. Who writes in script? Clearly, your boy still does. Don't hate me because you ain't me. Maybe you need to levitate or meditate. Never ever deviate or devastate. If you're starting to hate, then you need to stop and start appreciating. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. It's coming from the sexy individuals such as myself. Consistently on yourself and to compliment others. Now, when you're working consistently on yourself and you're complimenting others, you're understanding that number one, when you're doing the inner work, it's always going to be it's always going to respond to the outer. Why? Because whatever you do on the inside responds to the outer. Simple as that. But again, when you're becoming more consistent and working on yourself, then you're also complementing your environment. Remember, now you're becoming more valuable, you're accruing in value, you're becoming more of an asset. It's always not only going to benefit who you are personally, it's going to benefit who you are generally, and it's going to benefit your environment and anyone and everything that is attached to you. Simple, cool, and plain. That's just what it is. I digress. You know I'm long-winded. Anyway, a fellow mate, if you will. Simple as that, you understand what that means. A true companion has nothing to do with romance and affection, but everything to do with connection and chemistry. And this is why I always highlight on working on yourself and really have an understanding about what it takes to do the inner work, because it's all about connection and chemistry. And if it's about connection, it's about how you connect and who you connecting or what you connecting to. Chemistry is like how, when you are connected, how well do you guys mend? What's the affinity like? Are you guys melded together? Is it like earth, wind, and fire, etc., so forth? Is it like wind and water? How do you guys complement each other, etc., so forth? Now, this is what the inner work really makes things very imperative and very important. Because when you're doing the inner work and when you're truly fine-tuning who you are, you're changing your energetic signal. And when you're changing your energetic signal, then that means your signal is becoming more potent and more aligning to who you are, your future prosperous self. Now, when you're doing your fine work and when you're doing your fine tuning to who you are truly, now you got to realize everyone has an energetic thumbprint. Everyone has their own personal signal. Not everybody vibrates the same. Not everybody resonates the same. It could just be similar, and then similar vibrations meld well together, why opposites of vibrations clash with each other. And then it depends on which vibration will outlast the other. Simple as that. It is what it is. Now, when you're dealing with situations, when you're working on who you are and working on yourself, you're finally tuning yourself. Remember, that's when the light turns on. And this is the aha or eureka moment. Is when you see the self and see for what you truly are on the inside, and you see all the things that come with it. Now, it's up to you to pick up the dustpan and broom. Now, a lot of others that don't pick up the dustpan and broom, what they do is say, ain't nothing wrong with me, blah, blah, blah. Turn their light off, etc., so forth, and then now they continue to accrue in dirt. And then now when they add in more dirt, they add in more harm, they add in more confusions, they're going to start looking, when it gets really, really bad, they start looking on the out to confirm what's going on in. But instead, what you need to do is confirm what's going on in the inside to be able to comprehend the outside. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's continue with this round now. So now when you're finally tuning yourself, you're finally tuning your frequency. Now your mind and your body's being aligned to your soul. And then now when they're all on one accord, your resonance and your frequency will be vibrant and be radiating at a higher rate. Now, as you think it, so is he. A man thinking in his heart, so is he. A man thinking in his mind, so he sees. I'm talking to you right now. Please walk with me as I'm talking. Can you dig what I'm saying? Anyway, anyhow, let's continue this round. So now, when you're dealing with situations such as that, and then now you're finally tuning your frequency, you're finally tuning who you are, you're finally tuning, you're becoming, your vibrance and your vibration becomes very potent. And now the things that you may have not aligned to prior will be aligned to who you are. So that means when you're walking into individuals, when you're walking in certain places that you've been walking in, but you've been finally tuning yourself and you've been finally acquiring new frequencies, as in finally tuning and you're vibrating at a higher level, you'll be attracting more of the things that's up to your desire and that's complementing your resonance. Also, you'll be talking and seeing new things in different people that was in the same areas that you've been at, but only because you're vibrating at a certain level. And now you're able to see them and you're able to converse with them because you're at equal levels of vibration, or even better. It gets better from there. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Romance and affection come later. If it comes first, usually it's built from that point. Now, when it's romance and affection, when it comes to the point where you're dealing with companionship, and me personally, I would like to deal with having a friendship first and then leading into the romance. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. You know, you get struck by the Cupid bug. And I'm not saying love at first sight, but a high amount of like is felt at first sight, etc. so forth. And you start to, you know, you build from there. Me personally, from a personal experience, that isn't necessarily always a good thing, you know, because you don't have that foundation, you don't really know what it is. You're in that, you know, that euphoric phase where things is like, oh my God, everything is good, this not there. And then you get to know, like, oh my gosh, you have a personality of a toenail. Yeah, so it's, you know, tread lightly in that situation. But when you're building from a friendship, that means you're taking the time, you're getting to know the ins and outs, you're taking the time, you're getting to know who you are, who they are, who you are with them, who they are with you, etc. so forth. And then it can lead more into romance and affection, etc. so forth. At least now you always have that stable foundation of building from a friendship. So now when things hit the fan, you'll be able to understand how to deal with it on a friendly basis instead of dealing this with an emotional, you know, high amount of emotion that doesn't necessarily matter. But I digress. Now, I've written this topic out before, but I didn't continue it or even start it. And I ended up getting to do it again. So let's get to this other round now. Companionship is a beautiful thing. To find a genuine partner is a blessing. And I mean that. Now, understand that when you're dealing with, when I mean by partnerships, people just feel like it's just one partner. And this is why I don't need to speak so romantically about the situation. I'm really speaking of platonically. Because when you find individuals that's able to complement who you are, how you are, what you are, and how you are in your current situation, then you start to be able to understand, like, all right, I have some people that's complementing who I am. I can build from this, they can build with me, etc. so forth. It isn't more so in an affectionate romance type of thing. It's more so about genuine fellowship, camaraderie, if you will, right? Walk with me. I think we'll learn something here. Understand that companionship is friendliness at the root of the word's definition. And literally, when you hear the word companionship, a lot of people think significant other, life partner, etc. so forth. No, it literally means fellowship at the root of it. So maybe it's more beneficial if everyone's actually started from there. Association to friendliness, friendliness to affection, affectionate to romance, romance to love, etc. so forth, right? But who knows, right? Life isn't linear, it's geometric. It takes leaps and bounds. So I'm just sitting here stating facts that I think will actually work out in a perspective that I wanted to cover. It can always happen in any other way and be quite successful. So take it with a grain of salt, right? It's a fellowship that requires patience. Look at me talking like that. What is patience? Anyway, it's a fellowship that requires patience, understanding, and equal commitment. Literally. Why? Because you can't be pouring into an empty cup, because now your cup would be empty and then their cup would be filled. It has to be an overflow together. They're both, instead of one pouring in each cup, both of you guys are pouring into a base. And then you'll be able to individually see what's going on, individually work together to be able to get to a point of understanding. I digress, right? And let me see. Yeah, again, that's it. And again, this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the pro fishing, e-fishing, the self-fishing, the one that's always doing it, never losing it, that's going at all times. Keep it up. And remember, speak good, do good, see good, because when it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know that I'm sexy. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Peace, love, and light. See you guys next video.